Hello guys, Wizard here bringing you another Total War Warhammer replay with commentary. For today's battle we have the forces of Ogre Kingdoms, who are being led by a Slaughtermaster. I wanted to say on foot, but that's the only way you can bring him, and we're going against forces of Cathay. This game I was playing against Senpai Torpedo, another content creator on YouTube. You can check his YouTube channel out. He's a pretty avid strategic RTS game player, so yeah, he's a pretty good Total War player overall. So let's just talk about the armies and see what we decided to bring for this battle. It's gonna take a long time before we can get there, so let's just play the game on normal speed. For my front line, the usual, we have 5 units of Noblars, 2 on the right side going for objective number 3, and 3 on left going after objective number 1, because I was afraid of the cannons which Grand Cathay can bring. We also have some Ogre Bulls, 2 on right, 2 on left, going to support the Noblars. The Slaughtermaster is here, and for a unit that I was trying to try out here, we had 2 Hunters on Stonehorns, if I'm not mistaking their names. I think that's their name, not Stone Talons, Stone Horns. So these guys have 35% missile resistance, and they have this Noblar Thief Stone, which gives them 50% more damage resistance, so they're not gonna take a lot of damage from cannons and range units that Cathay can bring, and they have their anti-infantry and really high charge bonus to get rid of the anti-large and other units that Cathay can bring. So overall, what I'm thinking here is that I need to capture this point while keeping safe from these Grand Cannons who are moving to the other side. A fist going down, Iron Fist, or what's the name of the ability? Let's see the abilities here. We have extra ingredients, Bull Gorger, Bone Crusher, and Troll Guts. We also have the Blood Cleaver and Blood Gruel on Slaughtermaster as well. For my opponent, we have a lot of infantry, 2 Jade Warriors here, and I think another one here, so 3 in total. We have Peasant, Long Spearmen, 1, 2, some more units are being summoned, 2 cannons, and some Peasant Horsemen. My opponent also had some Glade Rangma Riders, but I had some plans in action here, using my lead belchers to shoot them down. We already did some decent damage to the dragon-blooded Shugengan Lord of Yen as well, with his Ancestral Warrior Summon, Cloak of Jet, and Missile Mirror, which we also have to be careful about because we have some range units here. So already we're in fight. I used Troll Guts on these Ogres to go after the Jade Warriors, the other Bull, Iron Bulls, not Iron Bulls, Ogre Bulls, trying to support the Noblars, but they already ran away. My Hunter is seen right now. He with the Noblar's Thief Stone, they're hidden. So now look at that insane amount of damage these 2 units can do. So that's pretty nice, getting rid of the range units that my opponent has. The Ogre Bulls and Slaughtermaster are dealing with the Jade Warriors, which is pretty nice. We already captured objective number 3. The objective number 2 is still being captured. My opponent still has some units on top of it. So that was a really nice charge, getting rid of the 2 of the artillery pieces here. Pretty nice. I really need to go after the range units. I mean, they're Jade Warrior crossbowmen, so no armor piercing here, but overall they still can do damage if they just sit back and shoot, so I have to be really careful about them. Another Bone Crusher going down. I think this was overcasted. Yeah, with that damage is just insane. 70 kills, doing more than 60% of these units HP with just 1 cast. Pretty nice. My opponent is summoning the Ancestral Warriors, I think. Let's see if it goes through. I think it didn't. My opponent probably started casting another thing. That's why it didn't go through there. So I use a unit of Morphan Cavalry as well. These guys have decent charge bonus, decent armor, and with their charge we can get rid of a lot of units in my opponent's army. The hunters already 38 kills on this one, 169 kill on this one. Insane amount of value probably been accrued. I used my units on the objective number 3 to go after the middle units. We already have objective number 1 and 2. No, never mind. Objective number 1 still not captured, but we're pretty close. I think we're gonna, yeah, we captured it pretty fast. Another unit of lead belchers being summoned, going after the Jade Warriors. I want to get rid of the infantry that my opponent has. These peasant archers shooting at lead belchers, which is not good. These guys are gonna take a lot of damage, and I think this is the missile mirror. Yeah, my opponent casted it, but I was pretty aware, so I'm not gonna shoot for a few seconds now. The objective still ours. Objective number 2, summoning some units to go after them. Ogre bulls, which have anti-infantry, are going to be really good against my opponent's infantry here with their ogre charge, which negates a bit of charge defense from my opponent. On the on this side of the battle, we're doing pretty well. The Noblars and ogres are doing fine. The terracotta sentinel is has been summoned by my opponent. At first I tried to go after it with my Morphan Cavalry, but I decided against it because it was doing a lot of damage to these poor cav units, so I have to get them back. And I have tried single entities dueling terracottas, and they usually do well. That's why I'm leaving my Slaughter Master here. He's getting his healing, he can do some damage, and if he needs we can use healing as well. I think I already used the Butcher here. I'm not sure on which one of these hunters, but yeah, we healed them a bit because my opponent has some cannons resummoned and they're gonna shoot at my hunter, which is not doing anything. Unfortunately, I was microing elsewhere, I think. But fortunately my opponent sent some peasant horsemen to fight it, so yeah, it's gonna do some damage. The cav units are chasing units off the battlefield pretty nice. The objectives are all ours. The other ones, yeah, we captured the middle one as well. Let's see what units we decided to bring. You already saw the ogre bulls with dual weapon. I have some ogre bulls with iron fist as well to have some missile resistance against range units that these guys have. Lead belchers, are they shooting or not? Because my opponent used missile mirror. If they, I don't think they do. I think I turned them around so they don't shoot. So we don't hit ourselves. It's gonna do a lot of damage to units if you keep shooting. Unfortunately, still not using my hunter properly, leaving him in the middle of the fight, being shot at by Grand Cannon here. But I think I'm gonna realize in a minute because I'm sending these Mornfangs after the archers, and after these guys I'm just gonna go after them, and I'm probably gonna move this unit to go after these blobbed up units. So we were able to do a decent amount of damage to Dragon Blooded Lord here. He's already lost around 70% of his HP, which is pretty nice. If these guys chase it, we're gonna be able to, no, never mind, he flies away. But overall it looks pretty good for us. We have 3 objectives and we're ahead by a lot from our opponent, but as a compensation my opponent is getting more, probably more supplies. I'm getting a lot as well, I think. I'm not sure if 20 is the usual kind, but yeah, we were ahead by a lot here because the Stonehorns are pretty good in this matchup. They're not gonna take a lot of damage, 110 armor and a lot of missile resistance as well. I forgot to bring the Noblar Thieves stone on one of them, unfortunately, but still he's still pretty tanky there as well. The other one, yeah, he does not have his item active because he's in melee. So I think this was the This was the Stonehorn that got healed a lot. Yeah, he healed for around 8,000, which is pretty insane. Happy about that. And we were able to shut down one of the Grand Cannons. I hope CA fixes this bug soon. They said that they're working on it. We're probably gonna get it for the next patch, which I'm looking forward as well. But overall, yeah, I don't think my opponent is going to be able to win this. He's capturing this objective, but it's still ours. We have some units, and yeah, my opponent realized I had a pretty firm grasp on the battlefield here. Let's see the values we were able to accrue with on our units. 97 kills, pretty nice. 900 damage value. We used a lot of healing. 267 kills, 174. Both of these units were pretty close. I mean, one of them did pay for itself. The other one was pretty close. Happy with their performance. They were able to accrue a lot of value. The Ogre Bulls did fine. They usually do decent. But against armor, they're not the best, especially against range factions. Noblars doing fine, absorbing damage, doing some in return. And one thing I was pretty happy about was were these Morfang cavalry. They did really great, 200 kills. Yeah, even more than one of the Stonehorns, hunters on Stonehorns, and the value is good as well. Lead Belchers doing fine. This one did have more kills, but not the greatest value. Ogre Bulls, one of them did great, and the Saber Tusk usually do good as well. I summoned these Noblars to protect my backline, to protect this Lead Belchers. If you guys were paying attention, my opponent was not able to charge in and deal with them with his Lord and great Longma Riders. One of the cannons did great. The other units did fine, but yeah, I had a pretty decent plan. The Terracotta Sentinels are pretty good as well. I think bringing 2 and bringing some higher tier anti-large with armor piercing units would be good as well, because yeah, the Stonehorns are pretty strong. The range units though, most of them did fine, I think. Yeah, most of them were pretty close for playing for themselves. So that's it for this battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you guys consider leaving a like and subscribing. And I guess that's it for this video, and yeah, catch you all later. Bye.